The other team from Sunday Night Football was the Houston Texans. The team that gave up the 23-7 halftime lead and had 5 interceptions ultimately lost the game. That was the Houston Texans. Guys, the Houston Texans have now lost 2 games in a row. And if you look beyond that, they've lost 3 of their last 4. Ouch. Losing to the Jets and the Lions in back-to-back weeks, and now you play the Cowboys, and the Honolulu Blue Flu is a real deal, so they'll probably lose to the Cowboys next week. If they lose 3 in a row, guys, are the Houston Texans done? Is their season done? Is this a season of washed-up misery going to go out the window for the Houston Texans? Houston Texans, guys, last night on Sunday Night Football, in the first half, looked like a Super Bowl winning team. This team came out flying all over the fields. My Detroit friends were melting. They were exploding. Everybody thought the Lions were exposed. The Houston Texans were the real deal. Super Bowl winning. Why have we been sleeping on the Texans all season long? Boom, insert second half. Second half, they started with the interception. And another interception. And then a fumble. And then a missed field goal. They actually did not score 1 point in the second half, losing the game 26-23, giving up a 15-point lead and had 5 interceptions. Ouch. As of right now, guys, the Houston Texans do have a 96% chance of making the playoffs, which I do think they will make the playoffs. I think it's going to be all for naught. Let's just be honest. But if they are able to play like they did in the first half for a complete game, they can win a lot of games. If they do that to 2 games in a row, 3 games in a row, 4 games in a row, we can start talking about them being a dangerous team. But the last 4 games, we saw them play great football in one half. The rest of the time, kind of meh, right? Yes, they did battle against the Green Bay Packers. The score shows them battling for the Green Bay Packers. Watch the game. Their offensive line is terrible. Losing Stephon Diggs hurts them more than people are going to really fully comprehend. Oh, Stephon Diggs weren't so great. Stephon Diggs opens up the whole field for you. You don't have 8 guys in the box to stop Joe Mixon. You don't have 8 guys coming at CJ Stroud on a piss-poor offensive line. Stephon Diggs was the real deal. Stats or not, he helped that Houston Texans team exploit a lot of people earlier in the season. So, guys, is the season over for the Houston Texans? Losers of 2 games in a row, lost 3 of the last 4, lost to the Jets for crying out loud, lost to the Jets. I'm going to have to say you slow it down. Slow it down, baby! Because the Houston Texans are a team that you cannot sleep on. Yes, they did lose to the Jets. But when you look at the rest of the season, the Texans have played a fairly tough schedule. This was one of the reasons why back in July, I had them going, but a team that could potentially go from first to worst was the Houston Texans. Not because of their roster, not because of the coaching, not because of the sophomore slump, not because of injuries or whatever. It was a simple fact that they have a tough-ass schedule. It's tough. When you play the teams like the Lions, like the Packers, you could throw in the Bears in there, right? You can throw in the Vikings like in there. But then they play the Buffalo Bills. They play the Colts twice. They play the Tennessee Titans twice. They play the Chiefs, Ravens, and Dolphins. Like they got a tough schedule. And if and when they win the AFC South, and if and when they are the, let's say, 4th seed, they are going to play the 5 seed, whether it be the Baltimore Ravens, whether it's going to be, I don't know, the Chargers or the Denver Broncos. They're going to be a tough out. The Houston Texans are going to be battle-tested, battle-ready, and they're going to be a tough out. But if they cannot put a complete game together, if they cannot consistently play solid, top-notch football, if they can consistently not be a complete team, their season is over. It is. Wash it up. Let's get a first-round pick again, a first overall pick again. But what do you guys think? Do the Houston Texans have an opportunity to win a wild card playoff game? If the playoffs were to start right now, they would be playing the Baltimore Ravens in the first round. Are they going to beat the Ravens in the first round? Not playing like they did last night. Let's just be honest. Now, if you do the first half of the complete game, it could be a good competition, be a good game. But I don't know. Slow it down. Slow it down. Jay says it was all over when they lost Stephon Diggs. Facts. 100% facts. 7 weeks total from stop to finish. I know what you guys are talking about. But season over for the Texans. Now, there is another game out there that